Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I want to revisit Fetch.AI, which has been down pretty dramatically lately, and just see, is this the point of accumulation or do we have lower to go? And looking at the charts, a couple things I want to say here. I've made a few dedicated videos on Fetch. My most recent one was 2 months ago. And what I was looking for in that video was simply from swing low, bear market bottom, to swing high when Fetch went crazy, did I think a 5x over a span of a month or something like that. I was looking for a breakthrough and retest of the 702 Fibonacci retracement level, which I'll show you on the chart here. And I just thought if we could break through and retest that level, that we would be on our way to new highs. And what happened? We kept on trying to break through and trying to break through this previous weekly range high, this blue line right here. And we just couldn't do it. Every time we tried to break through, we failed. And it was just attempt number one, attempt number two, three, four, five attempts to break through the 702, to break through that resistance, to hold it. And we just never were able to break through. And so I had some price targets that if we were able to break through and retest, that we would reach new highs in comparison to this high right here on February 7th of earlier this year. Never broke through, and then we have seen quite a decline since then. And so what would I say about this decline? This is really important to understand here, is that around this time, mid-April of this year, that kind of ushered in the end of the AI narrative. And you've got to understand crypto in terms of narratives. That is how people tend to see massive gains in their investments, is by paying attention to the narrative. So the early 2023 period was the AI narrative. I believe that we will have another AI narrative moving forward, maybe sometime in 2024 or 2025. But that narrative ended decisively, and we entered into the Pepe meme coin narrative. And so what I see here, in my opinion, is retail exiting this narrative and going right into a new narrative. And so that's fine. It happens. It is to be expected. And we are right now, shockingly, I drew these lines months ago. We are right now at this previous resistance, this previous support, level of support. And it shouldn't be surprising at all that we would hold there. This is a time, a point, a price point where traders would look for at least a quick scalp, but more so for accumulation ahead of the next bull run. And so looking at the price now, 27 cents, I think that this is a fantastic price to enter. I could see Fetch going down one more level to this lowest fib on the chart before going back to its bear market bottom. I do not believe that Fetch is going back to its bear market bottom. So if we see Fetch go any lower than this, this is my final accumulation point, my lowest possible accumulation point. I cannot picture this price going lower than 18 cents. And the reason why is quite simply, you got to think about AI. What's going on with AI right now? Anything with AI in its name, I would like to compare it to a slinky that you pull a little too hard on, and you create this new shape. You can't, when you try to close it back, you can't close it back all the way without some kind of additional force. But then as soon as you let go, the slinky is longer. You can't bring it back to its original position. And so same thing when I see a cryptocurrency like Fetch.AI, this new narrative, we have entered into a new AI narrative. And so the idea that we would go back to the bear market bottom seems very unlikely to me. 18 cents would be a fantastic point to load up, but I'm not waiting for that. I like this position here at 27 cents. And if it does go down to 18 cents, that's perfectly fine. I will load up more. So that is my opinion. I think we could certainly spend a great deal of time here now that the narrative is over, now that we have exited that AI narrative. And so it's not necessarily something that I would say you've got to rush to get into Fetch AI. I think that, we've moved on to a new exciting thing. And so now is time for a lot of boredom. Unfortunately, that might be unfortunate for you. I'm in this not to chase the narratives, because a lot of the times when you hear about this new thing like Pepe coin, it's a little too late. It just depends, because there's people by the time you hear of it who have already done a 100x. And so what are you going to do? You're going to get in and hope for another 100x? That seems pretty far fetched. So I think there's going to be a lot of time here. I think we're going to hold here in this range. We're not going to put in a new high anytime soon, unfortunately, or fortunately. For me, I'm excited about that idea. And at some point when the narrative kicks in again, the AI narrative kicks in again, there's going to be lots of opportunities to take profits from these levels. So I'm excited about it. And we'll see, looking at stochastic, looking at MACD, there's certainly room to move higher. I just don't think that we're going to break through that 702 anytime soon, or that previous weekly range high. I would say best case scenario, perhaps for the rest of the year, would be this weekly range high at 46 cents. If it gets there after I'm accumulating here, I'm going to offload some and take profits. It's almost a 2x. I'll take that. But anyway, great opportunity. Maybe not excited. If you're not excited about this idea of loading up, I would just encourage you to have a bit of a longer mindset. This is not a time to get rich quick on FET, and that's perfectly fine, because there will be another time. But that's my strategy. Not financial advice as always, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video. What are you planning on doing? You think we're going to go much lower, or is it time for another leg up? I'd love to hear what you're thinking. Otherwise, I will see you in another video. Peace.